Hello, hello, hello. I'm Joy K. Massenberg, your host of Joyful Moments with Joy. Yeah, you feel it. Get them up. I need a thumbs up. Hey, I need a thumbs up. Hey. Subscribe. Hit the bell. Show me some love and share. Okay, guys, let's go to Psalms 119 and 72. The law of your mouth is better than thousands of coins of gold and silver. Think about that. What law, what concrete, what principles are coming from your mouth that are so valuable that you don't think about gold or silver? We're really going to come in and talk about how important communication is. Guys, it's power. It's transforming. It's a lot of things. Guys, we've got to get to the point where we understand how important communication is. It's so important to me that I'm going to designate this whole month of December just to talk about communication. Maybe it's this, I don't know, maybe it's this whole thing. I started watching this Married at First Sight. I just had to get it off my phone because it was really, I don't know, I was hooked. But communication was such a big key to their problems. And on one of the little episodes, the couple was like, but I need to know how. Now I see that I don't communicate because they were saying one thing, but meaning another. But then they were like, I need to learn a better way. Guys, I was just like, see, that's valuable. So some of you out there, maybe you've already got it down and you just need to spread this word so somebody else can get it. But for those of us that are like me, I have to learn along the way. Right here, you see this whole notebook with the little tabs? This has my personality survey in there. If you've been following me, you know we deal with dominance, influence, steady, and conscientious. So there's these 4 basic personality categories that we all fit in, right? And so there's a whole little segment exercise in there where it says pick out 3 to 4 things of how not to communicate with me. And so I thought it was really neat. My coach is real big about saying, hey, your whole branding, you write romance. And we know that it's built off of the principles and things you've learned from your 28 years in July, of marriage. So if you two aren't working, how are your stories going to work? How is this whole belief system that you're talking about, relationships, everything I teach you here, ladies who read romance and you want to experience those relationships, I'm letting you know I have to work on it. So it took me investing and going in and having my personality survey done. So in those 4 things that it was like, hey, what are those 4 things that trigger you that it should not be a part? This is how not to communicate with you. All right. Number 1, hesitate when confronted. If I confront you about something, you better know I've done my homework and I'm coming and I've got my homework. But if I notice that you're hedging around and you slow to answer me, I automatically take that as a trust issue. It raises trust issues for me. Or leave decisions hanging in the air. I've confronted you and we need to make a decision and you did, and oh my goodness, and you just gonna act like you're gonna put it off. That makes me get aggressive instead of being calm and the friendly person that I want to be, but it's because fear raises up and then I start biting at the bit. Or if it says don't be curt, cold, or tight-lipped. Those first 2, I don't really have to worry about. My husband's not one who's going to be curt to me. He might be silent. Now that he will do. Oh my goodness, that tight lip where you're saying nothing. Guys, now we have had some humdinger fights in behind that one of him not speaking to me because I would rather us just talk it out. I'm a team player. I want to be on the team. I need to know what's going on. If you leave me out, I've told y'all before, don't put baby in a corner. She comes out like scrapping. I get fussy. I don't want to, but that is my go-to fear defense mechanism. Or talk down to me. And I don't really have to deal with that one, but when I notice other people do it, you will see another side of me that I don't even like to see. But you'd have to know what my whole personality survey says. Right up there with me being an influencer or this people person that's just energetic and motivating. Dominance shows my testing is that dominance is right there, and it will go. Yeah, I can go to battle pretty quick on that. So that's just the ways of not to communicate with me. But let's turn that around, and I want to share a story with you guys, because we're going to talk about an effective way of I've noticed that my husband does to me. So if he wants to talk about something that he feels is sensitive, but he doesn't want to hurt my feelings, I've noticed he poses a question. And I'm learning from his own assessment, I'm learning that that's the best way to talk to him too, is to come with a question. So he's showing me in ways he would even like to be spoken to. So his latest question was, especially during the holidays, I was running around. We're getting ready to launch JKM and Associates, where those surveys that I just mentioned are available. But so we're running around. I'm on the phone and I'm building the different things for the community and the coursework and filming. And so I've been so busy. My husband was like, "Do you remember the last time you kissed me?" I was like, oh, I couldn't remember. Guys, y'all know that's not good. It made me feel so bad. So thankfully, I'm so glad he opened up communication about it, because for him to bring that up, that means, hey, I need this affection from you. Because my husband, he's touchy-feely. That affirms our relation. That affirms that we are good. And so he was just checking to make sure, are we good? He never came out and said, are we good or we mad? He just posed a question. Do you remember? And I didn't. So in that, if you notice, he didn't talk down to me. He didn't say what I wasn't doing. He didn't hedge. He just came in there with a question in his nice, friendly way. And it didn't put me on my guard where I felt like, well, I'm cooking, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, and my guard was totally down. How do you communicate your needs with that person that you love, that you want to protect, that you don't want to hurt? For me and my husband, yes, it's a marriage situation, but maybe you have an issue you need to take to a sister or a person on your job or a boss. I'm going to even tell y'all, maybe you should borrow that from my husband. Take a question instead of confronting. Just pose a question and allow them to think, because really a whole picture went in my head, and I began to say, the most important thing in my life, besides my relationship with God, is my relationship with my hubby. And because I've been married to him all these years, I understand that. And guys, I'm not touchy-feely at all. My husband knows that about me, but when you love somebody, it's not about you. He needs that. It makes him know that he's connected to me. So even if it's a holding of the hand, and even on that situation, it was a kiss. And then I even noticed that he got bolder, guys, and even asked the next question. So do you not like to kiss me? Boy, I've been married to you going on 28 years. That ain't it, But it just turned into a special moment where we was just able to communicate. You would think we wouldn't even need to have those type of conversations this far in the game, but guess what? You do. And so it was on my mind. So right then, I didn't act on it then or what? I didn't feel like that would be real because you just brought it up to me. So I'm just doing it because you said it. So he's in there watching the game. Sundays are our day. He's in there watching the game. So I just sat beside him and I just quickly said, "Hey, can I have a kiss?" But he put it on my mind. Thank goodness he put it on my mind, because I really want to meet his needs too. So anyway, that's just your little takeaway on how you may want to communicate. Maybe just pose a question, because I'm going to tell you it's a problem. If you're not, y'all know what I tell you, a closed mouth does not get heard. People need to hear. They need you to express your needs. And maybe if you're having trouble with that, guys, you don't have to go through these things alone. I'm steady learning. I invested in having my personality survey done. Guys, Don't take it by chance. Don't feel your way through. There's some things that people have already tested and that work for you. So maybe you need to know what things of how not to communicate with you. And we sat down in that session. He learned some things about me. I learned some things about him. So we're better for it. So let's just go to the ant. I learned this about the ant. They communicate with their abdomen. And so what they do, their abdomen, they take it up and down, and it vibrates and it makes this noise. The queen especially will do this, will make that vibrating noise when she's communicating to all of the other ants in the nest, right, in the colony. And I thought that was so neat. But guys, there's this blue butterfly. The blue butterfly learned how to mimic that vibration that's set off by them taking their abdomen and making that noise that makes everybody in the colony come to see what the queen needs, right? They feel like she's in distress, so they go to work for her. She has to communicate that need, though. So they learned how to do it. They take their pupae and they put it in the ant's nest and they make that noise and they put out that saying, they mimic it. And guess what that does? It tricks those ants into taking care of the blue butterfly. I thought that was so neat. There's power in communicating your needs. Let's learn the ways. They found out how she did it and they mimicked. For me, I went to a source, sat down, found out ways to communicate and how not to communicate. And then it's powerful because now what? My husband needs are met. My needs are met. We have a happy home. I think about that because my home needs to be here because, guys, Thanksgiving was great. My kids were here and I watched my son and my daughter-in-law come and they watch us. They come to us for advice, you know? So make sure you're keeping up with that communication. Your kids need your relationships to work so that you can be around to advise them when they're going through. Guys, I know I keep going back to that show, but that Married at First Sight, I was just like, wow, I wish I could have just been there I was like, where are their parents and what are they doing? And how influential are they going to them for advice? It made me say, let me become a better mom. I want to make sure my girls are prepared. I've got one girl left, ready to be, that's not married. So I want her prepared for if God sends her, if that's his desire for her, if God sends her that husband. But I also want my married daughter to be prepared as well for even when conflict, because it even tells you that in our survey, how to even communicate even through conflict situations. So communication is so key. I need you guys to tune in with me this month because, guys, we're going to go in deeper. I know I just gave you that little tidbit, but I want you to just deal with that first. Find the ways in which, list 3 to 4 ways in which you know communication that's not good communication for you. I gave you my 4 examples. I would love some feedback from you. What areas make you either shut down or make you want to get aggressive and get defensive and keep you from communicating what you need? So I would love to help you with that and give more information and resources of where you need it. So make sure, guys, that you are leaving me a comment in the comment section right here on YouTube. I need to hear it back from you so I know what information to bring to you. And you know what that means. You have to what? Connect with me. Go to the website. That's www.joykmassenberg.com. You're going to see all of the launch information that's coming out about JKM and Associates, where we are dealing with what? Community, coursework, and coaching. Yes, I know you're readers, but some of you, I tell anybody that if you put pen to paper, you want to connect with me. I have resources for you. I do right there. That's what we're doing with that. And I want you to check out that program. But also Psalms 119 mornings. If you just need me to motivate you in the mornings, just go to Instagram or Facebook. But y'all know who I'm dealing with right here with Joyful Moments with Joy. All my ladies who read romance. Guys, I want you to experience the relationships that you're reading about. I want you to learn from me and my husband on today. But we must be intentional, right? In thinking through strategic process of interacting with others, creating stronger, more engaged relationships. It does not happen by chance. This month, we're focusing on communication. So for your recap, what are we going to do? Just go and maybe pose a question, just like my steady Freddie did for me, because he knows if he's hesitant, if he's tight-lipped, if he talks down to me, those things, they are not the way to communicate with me. But by posing that question and him being vulnerable and showing me what he needed, it made me want to create the very environment that he was expressing that he needed. So ladies, what do you need? Go to that special someone and just ask the question. If something's missing, just ask the question. My husband's when was the last time? Do you remember the last time you kissed me? Yeah, I know. So anyway, guys, know that I love you. You were fashioned to be loved. So don't give up. We're just going to keep learning. We're going to apply these principles. And some of you who are already in those relationships, we're going to make them better right here with Joyful Moments with Joy. Guys, I enjoyed this segment with you. Go out there and have you a happy day. Bye. I love you, and there's nothing you can do about it.